Hello there, welcome to yet another exciting episode of the African Movie Review, probably brought to you by Vice Versa Global with me, your host, Emmanuel Mandebo. And for today, we have a film by Kizito Samuel Savior, who is actually one of the most dedicated filmmakers from Uganda. Welcome to the show.
So, nikwe kumureta.
Hatiwe wabano yenda mkoreki.
Already abantu tibakimwenda ahubwo ekikora kiyakora.
Iwe nofa hakuba murebezi wa chairman. Torafayo narebiriro mwana ogo wekisirani.
Wekisirani? Abachora mata wekisirani.
Ona shimama. Ukore cyo kugira ngo usasira.
Kasitani wanje. Twino mwana tuzazana. Nja pro usasi bwomuzira.
Bintu bino bya mwana wa. Sibe buli. Nolwekyo tuli bademba okubikozesa kyonna. Kitwagala.
Nze mbadde nteesa. Lwaki todde wammwe? Notandikireyo obulamu obupya n'omwana wo. Okusinga lwodda ku kibuga okalubiza.
I'm 6 months pregnant. Mazimanga tompa sanga.
Bwenkoma went. Ngenda kukuba embaga makeke.
The film Kemi, The Final Tragedy, was written by Kizito Samuel Savior and Josephine Kabahuma. It was directed by Kizito Samuel Savior, produced by Aisha Kyomuhanji, and it featured Aisha Kyomuhanji herself in the lead as Kemi. There were also some other actors in the support roles, such as Eddie Abitegeka. We saw Mutebi Farouk, as well as Simon Base Kalema. In the film, Kemi is a woman who is about 6 months pregnant when suddenly she loses the father to her unborn child. Remember, the two were not yet officially married, so the death of her man creates a lot of confusion as the relatives of the man come to struggle for the property belonging to the man, and they take advantage of the fact that they were not married, and they end up throwing her out of the house she was living in with her now deceased man. So she ends up in the village with her pregnancy, and again when she goes to the village, she meets her mother, with whom they have a broken relationship. The mother accuses her of having abandoned her. You know, she's been in the city for close to 10 years. You know, so her mother usually belittles her, mocks her here and there. But, you know, she tries a level best, and they kind of try to mend their relationship when the mother, unfortunately, passes on. So Kemi has to take care of herself and her pregnancy. Remember, she has nothing to her name. You know, through all the pain, she's able to give birth to her child, and also painfully took on the role of trying to raise the little baby. So basically, the film Kemi tried to address the vulnerability of women who are in some sort of informal relationships with their partners. Remember, she was unmarried, and so when the father to her unborn child unfortunately passed on, the relatives of the men had to do the obvious of, you know, evicting her from the house, and she had to, you know, start from scratch. So that's what the film tried to raise. I would say I was a bit disappointed somehow, because having introduced us to that concept of the vulnerability of the women, as a viewer, I eagerly waited for a point where maybe we could have a solution for women who happen to be in such kind of relationships, or in case they happen to lose their partners, is all lost for them? Is there any other solution? Okay, let's say Kemi was not married, yeah, but then this child, this unborn child, was the biological child of the now deceased man. So if the woman can't benefit, how about that child? Somehow I expected that, but well, that didn't happen. Maybe it was a creative decision, I don't know, but I really expected that. The cinematography was okay. I wouldn't say it was the best, but it was okay. My only challenge is the fact that the cinematographer perhaps didn't pay much attention to lighting, because there were so many instances where you could feel the characters were not properly exposed. Well, you could argue the theme of the film, maybe since it was a sad story, the dark picture would bring it out, but I think you can still have a dark theme with the properly exposed image of the actors or anything within the shot. The script was equally okay. We emotionally we were able to you know, feel Kemi's pain, and I think that was right from the scripting. Being a sad story, we're really made sad by the unfortunate events that turned out in Kemi's life. My only challenge was a number of there are some few scenes that really dragged, especially that village scene where the chairman was addressing the villagers. Somehow I felt, well, yeah, it was a good scene, but somehow it dragged, and yeah, if it could have been made more fast-paced, it would have even been more interesting than it was. The acting in the film was great, especially from the lead actress, Kemi. The other thing was also the fact that they had to use a local language. So I've always been an advocate of, you know, having these films done in local languages. My only problem with using the native language was the fact that some of the actors actually were struggling. I would imagine some of them were actually speaking, the language was Runyankore predominantly, but I would hear them speaking Runyankore in Luganda. I could, to a native speaker, you could easily tell that, oh, these actors are actually struggling with the language. My most interesting character was actually the baby. Wow, the baby, I don't know whether the mom, the biological mom of the baby was on set, but the baby really cried at the most appropriate moment. I don't know how many times the shots were taken, but whatever came out in the final cut was really excellent, and I really need to see this little baby grow up to become one of the greatest actors. That has been it for today. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Vice Versa Global. And until next time, peace.